Our next guest here on the Sports News is one of America's best-known sports commentators. He has played 9 years in the NFL, and then at age 42, Mike Golic was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. So he's never been one to shy away from a tough situation, though. Mike is, again, part of a team, this time a team that helps him manage his type 2 diabetes and stay healthy. Part of that team is Mike's wife, Chris. They both join us today from Hartford, Connecticut to discuss Mike's diabetes head on. Welcome in, guys.
Thank you. Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Let's dive into the questions here about type 2 diabetes. Mike, how has your idea of being involved with the team evolved since your football days?
Well, I mean, my whole life has been involved with a team and the team concept and aspect of things. So when I was diagnosed at 42, that was about 11 years out of the league. I got out early 30s. Thought, okay, I've been diagnosed with this. My father was diagnosed with this, so I know it was in the family. I said, okay, how am I going to attack this? And really one of the only ways I've known is by a team. You know, I did team sports, all my kids, 2 boys football, my daughter swimming and other sports, all a team concept. So that's something I understood the most. So I said, I'm gonna partner with and get a team around me. So whether it's the coach, who is now my doctor, whether it's Jansen as a great partner that I'm with now, whether it's my teammates and my wife being the captain of that, that's the route I want to go. The more people involved in this, because it is a lifestyle. Just like healthy living is a healthy lifestyle. It's not 2 weeks on, a week off. This is something that I think anybody who just wants to be healthy in life, you're going to live a healthy lifestyle. And I think it's just a lot better with a group, a doctor who gives me a game plan, and I take the game plan home, and as players, we all try and execute it, and it runs through the team captain and my wife, because what she says goes.
Yeah, right. Happy wife, happy life. And I'm sure you've done your studying. You've looked at the playbook. And Chris, as you know, like Mike, you mentioned as your team captain, your coach, essentially. How have you, Chris, kind of helped lead that charge and been in charge of kind of helping manage and deal with this type 2 diabetes?
Well, I kind of lead from a day-to-day perspective. I do the grocery shopping. I bring the good food into the house. I try to keep him on the straight and narrow as far as what he's putting into his body. And that's challenging some days, but like we say, it's a marathon, not a sprint, so there's going to be good days and bad days. And then the other component that's really important is the exercise component. And so he and I together find ways to be together and be active. And that's the most important thing, is to find something that you like to do. If you like to go to the gym, go to the gym. If you like to take walks, take your dogs on walks. Find something that gets you moving every day. Those are the 2 major components that I focus on. And, I'm there when he's having bad days and good days, and, we can talk through it. The most important thing is to communicate and find out what they need from you, and be a good support group. Try not to sabotage them, and just lead that healthy lifestyle, and kind of, we've all embraced it, and it's all made us better. I think it was important for our kids to see their dad go through it, so that they can try to steer away from that happening to them as they get older. And I think they're on a path to the healthier lifestyle for sure.
Yeah, well, it's all good stuff, and we're learning about Mike and Chris Golic as the type 2 diabetes. So let's focus on Mike a little bit about how you're working with your doctor to kind of help manage everything that's been going on.
Well, again, it starts with a great relationship with your doctor, and your doctor, he or she, explaining things in a way that you can understand it, knowing and understanding what your numbers need to be, the parameters of your numbers. And like Chris said, there can be good days and bad days. Just like with my doctor, there can be really good visits, and there can be visits where it didn't go so well. It happens. We're not perfect, but that's where the group comes into play. So the doctor, let's say it wasn't the greatest visit in the world. Okay, well then he's going to draw up a new game plan for me to say, this is where we are and this is where we need to be. So he'll put that game plan down in front of me, and now I have to execute that by bringing it home, and we as players have to take care of the game plan. But it all starts with getting the proper game plan. You can't just run out on the field and without a game plan and say, oh, let's try this or let's try that. You got to have some organization, and that's what the doctor does so well.
Yeah, and it's not just the doctors, it's not just your wife, and like you said, it's a whole team effort. So for those who are friends or family members who have someone who is dealing with type 2 diabetes, what would you suggest for them to kind of help support their loved ones?
Well, I mean, it's all about information. So one thing for sure is a website, icanimagine.com. Whether you're diagnosed with type 2 diabetes or you're part of that support group, you get great tips on there. My stories on there as well. Prescription treatment option on there. But information is key. Information is power. So the more you learn, that's one thing I know Chris had to do is really become informed on what was going on to understand. You can't really help with something unless you really understand it. So that was the first key to it.
And well, you got the site for more information, and then one more thing here for you, Chris. We're here in Wisconsin, and I know you played for the Eagles for a number of years in your career. What do you look at when you see a Super Bowl winning team and then have Wisconsin's Clement and his contributions?
Well, I mean, how do you not love that? Listen, I played for the Eagles most of my career. 6 of my 9 years was in Philadelphia. We loved Philadelphia, loved playing in Philadelphia. It's a great sports town. And then when you get one of your own, you know, that's on that team and plays such a vital role that he played, I mean, how great does that have to feel? Those memories don't go away. And in a place like Philly, the beauty is Corey is probably going to get free cheesesteaks for the rest of his life. And there's nothing wrong with that.
They had Bo Allen, too.
Yeah, right. Bo Allen from Wisconsin as well. So it's got to be just a great feeling. I'm very, very happy for those guys.
All right, well, congratulations, I guess, in sort of a different way, but then also, and thanks for taking the time to talk to us about your experience so far with type 2 diabetes.
Thanks.
Thanks.